Well, shit. Hey, I gotta go to a party today. uh, I'm an old motherfucker now, so I go to the party. I go to parties in the daytime, like we used to do when we was like really kids. 4 years old, go to daytime parties. But I'm going to one this morning, so I gotta get up, shave, all that shit. But I thought about something. You know, um, I'm so influenceable. You ain't gonna believe this, but I watch Animal Kingdom all the time, and I watch everything to do with the lion mostly. I love what the lion does, and recently I told you guys that I've been missing a lot, you know, and I think I gotta stop watching Animal Kingdom because I just do like the lion do. I ain't trying to do shit. Go do it for me, woo woo. And then goddamn on the fuck you bite you on the neck, pull you in the lid, and fuck you and go about my business. And man, I'm more and more like the king of beasts. That trips me out. Because I do feel I should be served. I do feel that what I want, I should have. And I do feel I'm above everything. So I guess, that shit's been subliminally fucking influencing me. Cause what I'm saying is, that's why motherfucking bitches ain't been liking me. They've been saying, man, this motherfucker is too raw. Uh, so I gotta calm down. So I figured I'd make this video calm me down a little bit. They gonna shave my shit, look a little cool. And then, hey, at noon, the party start. Man, you guys don't know. That shit is funny to me. But I do have something that I want to say to you. I do have something I fucking going to talk about that's very important. And I was just wondering, do you guys be thinking about the things that I think about? Not do you think about what I think about, but do you think about the things that I think about? Because, see, when I'm out, I don't know about you, but when I'm out, I'm doing everything I can think of to come up. I am. Each step of the way may bring me a different goddamn thought, a different idea, but each step of the way is definitely bringing me closer to my future. What you're doing now, whether you know it or not, what you're doing now, if you're doing the right things, is strong enough for a patent. If you fucking put what you're doing uh, to paper, pen to paper, and you described it in detail, you could send it to the motherfucking government and get a patent. That's how unique what you doing is. What you're doing is very unique. Quit trying to act like it ain't shit. The government don't know how to categorize your patent, so they deny it. For your shit to be patent, you gotta fully understand and utilize your brand as a patent. Now, motherfuckers be building shit, creating shit, and trying to get a patent. And some of them get the patent, some of them don't. But the ones that don't, they don't stop trying to patent their shit. They improve it to patent it, if it can be improved. Some of the shit ain't worth patenting. See, you somewhere in there. You can't just take for granted what you saying is all right. You fit somewhere in there. Some of the motherfuckers shit ain't worth being patent. Some of the shit is dope and should be patent. Same with your personality. Same with your character. Same with everything about you. Excuse me. Man, this hay fever be killing me. I don't know when it's coming. But anyway, that brand, who you are, it's yours. And when asked, you'll tell them the word patent, and the way I am, the things I do, how I think should be patent, and then I can sell it for people to just buy and utilize. So when I use words that's important to me, I try to make a make that word an acronym, and I use the letters to say or express my thoughts. So as far as the word patent, Patent, let's see. The P is for the philosophy. The philosophy of this life that we live and the patience it takes to nourish our minds with this game and grow giant in this life that we live. That's what the P is for. The A is for the anticipation you get every time you get up, every time you get ready to go do something. It's a big thing to you. Life is not general with you anymore. You got to understand, generally speaking, everyone has the same life routine. You, my man, you get so excited with anticipation because you don't know what each day is going to bring. There's new horizons for you every day. So you anticipate that. Excuse me. The T is for the continual test. There's going to be tests that this game constantly come at you with. And it's to break you down. If it can. But if you hold strong, it'll make you stronger than you ever were or ever anticipated you could be. The E is for the excitement. The excitement when you get that addition to your game that you've been chasing. And the new horizons that you're about to achieve comes into view. This excites you. The N is for the natural wisdom and the natural reactions that you're going to have when you see how you've grown. And you hear how you've succeeded. The last T is for the thanks. The thanks that you give every day for being the person you've been so damn lucky to become. See, that's this game. Every word is an acronym, and you should be able to break it down so the letters of any word that you use out your mouth can apply to your game as far as life. Now, we're living in such trying times. I mean, some really trying times. If it wasn't for me being so stubborn, so steadfast, stuck to what I believe, I might have failed for the okie doke like so many others. Things have changed drastically today. Now, when we was take bullying and shit, when we was kids, when I was a kid, white people were victimized by some of us black kids. You got to understand, we grew up in the 60s, and it was hella racist. I can remember when this fool named George Wallace, not that comedian, that black comedian named George Wallace, so this white man, he was a governor or some shit in the South. And he was, like I say, he was some official in the South. And he decided to run for president. And at the time, the Ku Klux Klan and other white supremacist groups were wreaking havoc in the South. You read about something every day. Black man hang, black man hand cut off, all kind of shit. And we used to hear on the news about some shit white supremacists did in the South. And the next day at school, them white boys had problems. Because the goon squad was getting them. That's all it is to it. We had a goon squad, and we used to wait. When some shit happened in Arkansas, some racist shit, we would wait for the talk. We would be late to class, damn near every class. And we'd wait for the tardy bell to ring. And any fucking white boy in that motherfucking hallway got his ass whooped. Just period, had him, just fucked him up. This motherfucker was unfortunate enough to be in the hallways, and he got downed. And while we was down, we tell him, man, them motherfuckers in Arkansas doing this to niggas. They doing anything to niggas. We tell him. And while we did that shit, we just blame him for whatever the motherfuckers did. I didn't do it. I never here in California. Don't like the fuck you white motherfucker. You support it. So we gonna beat your ass. And if we hear anything about the principal, we come into your house and beat your ass every morning walking to school. We did that shit all day. And sometimes we did it for a week. Now, what we was doing back then was truly bullying. Truly. Today, what they call bullying is anything that can hurt a person's feelings. You big head man, look, you waterhead, oh God, we're bullying him. Never mind this motherfucker head twice as big as everybody else. I mean, they don't give a fuck. They call you whatever name, and since it can hurt your feeling or make you think a certain way, you're being bullied. That's bullshit. That's so much bullshit until it's pathetic. I do believe there is no room in today's society for any kind of fucking bullying. And I support motherfuckers that do that shit, having problems, being criminalized. You get some kind of charge or whatever. If people are doing what we used to do, they need to be jailed. Back in those days, we had a reason to do what we did. Right or wrong, our reason was we couldn't expect no justice, so we took it out on the white boys. That was our reasoning. Now, those white boys that we used to push around never committed suicide. Those white boys never alienated themselves from the rest of the school because we beat their ass. I mean, what I'm saying is we took the shit out on the fucking white boys. And if, the way kids are today, if they were as weak as they are now, man, we wouldn't probably have no we probably would have had no people. Because everybody would have killed. They said we used to bully the fuck out them white boys. So what I'm saying is they never committed suicide because you didn't commit suicide behind being bullied. You might have withdrew and became whatever, but you didn't commit suicide because of the bullying you was exposed to. Now they used to cry. And they used to feel alienated sometimes because of the treatment that they endured, but they were at least strong enough in a sense. Sure, their feelings were hurt, but that was all their feelings were. They didn't feel like killing themselves. Their parents complained to the extent the laws were changed, and over the past few years, we've all accepted that acting like scary ass white boys is the way to be. So instead of teaching our kids how to stand up to ridicule, we teach them to be weak and subject to commit suicide. Cause my mama, if we was cross-eyed or something, she would say when she putting our clothes on, boy, now you gonna go to school and the kids gonna be making fun of your eyes, and you just look right at them like it ain't nothing. Cause your eyes is crossed, motherfucker. You can't, be looking at them, oh, they crossing your eyes all crossed like a motherfucker. Parents used to tell kids, maybe not like I just said it, but parents used to tell kids. Parents used to prepare them for the world. So here this motherfucker got a big old head and his eyes is crossed, but the parents keep fucking with him like ain't nothing wrong with him. So when he go to school and come home, and Mama, why do they keep fucking with me? Because he don't know, his head is all fucked up. The parents they just bad kids. They're just bad people. No, they not. Motherfucker, look in the mirror. Look at your big old ass motherfucking head. That's abnormal. People gonna make fun of that. That's why you gotta be smart. That's why you gotta not care about what the fuck they talking about. Laugh with them, or you gonna feel bad. I don't want you to feel bad. See, the motherfuckers' parents be complaining because the kid feel bad, but that's not gonna stop the motherfucking kids from pointing at his head and talking shit. So to me, instead of teaching our goddamn kids to stand up to ridicule, motherfuckers is teaching them to be weak and subject to commit suicide. Kids are ruthless. And they don't even consider how cruel what they do is until after it's done. See, that's why our parents taught us not to be punks and never show weakness. We better get back to the way my parents and some of your grandparents thought. Because this country is taking steps backwards and they expect you and I to go for it. I'm not stepping backwards. I don't care what laws come. I ain't doing it. They gonna expect you to accept some peckerwood calling you a nigger like 100 years ago. That's what they doing with this political climate. They gonna make you live over there, and over here is for the white people. That's what they finna do. I mean, it sounds crazy, but if you think about it, it should have never even been in our history, but it has been. It's always been. They're gonna be talking about how you look, and you gotta admit, some of our parents shouldn't have married, but they did, and you're the result. But so fucking what if you got a big head and it's extreme, and you extremely tall with this big old head, and you fat? Blame your parents for that shit. Kids will be fucking kids, and some of us were ridiculed just as much as this tall, big-headed motherfucker. We was ridiculed because we were black. But our parents didn't prepare us for that goddamn kind of excuse me, but our parents prepared us for that kind of goddamn cruelty. If my eyes were cocked weirdly, my mama would have told me people gonna talk about it. And I would rather them screaming out to my goddamn face than to be whispering that bullshit behind my back, making me wonder what they saying. No, we black people had to take that kind of shit from white people, and if we were as weak as they are now, our race would have died off. So instead of giving up, they decided to let black people get exposed to education in a higher level of success, and voila, we're gonna understand how they think and accept it. And do you know what our stupid ass race has done? We've accepted all the bullshit. We've accepted that the blues is sponsored by white people. We've accepted that Justin Bieber and Justin Timberlake are the next soul singers. We've accepted that those white boxers are talented. We've allowed rap to be dominated by white people. In all for what? So we can commit suicide if someone says they don't like our song. You know, just like them fucking white people used to do. It used to be only white people that let something make them commit suicide. Now, don't get me wrong. If some motherfucker got fucked in the booty or fucked in his mouth or something like that, that could have fucked him up and he committed suicide. Black. There was suicide being committed by black people. So I'm not saying they didn't never do it. I'm saying it was something that happened on a certain level that made them feel like they couldn't live anymore. Now, if a motherfucker say you got acne real bad, your motherfucker can commit suicide and this motherfucker gonna go to jail for bullying. That's stupid. This is serious shit. And if any of you ever heard a real soul singer, because you guys are so young, you ain't really heard. Just tell me Justin, any one of them Justin motherfuckers sing with soul. Man, we need to wake the fuck up. Book smart and life stupid is where most of you motherfuckers are as a race. At this point in the game, I ain't caring. That's where y'all at. To make matters even worse, unilaterally, today's men have accepted a backseat to the politic of the times. It's the woman's time of year. The politics of 50, 60 years ago was as corrupt as it is now, but at least they tried to hide it. Out of respect for what, people would think. Today, the shit is so blatant, if you're not careful, the penitentiaries of the country will overflow with more than they already, with more convicts than they already have. Every person in this country is now subject to what the wealthy people think when it comes to what's right and wrong. And to make it easy, they're making it painfully clear anything that doesn't fatten their bank accounts is hella wrong and illegal as fuck. You got to take a step back and you got to relax before you wrap your mind about what I'm getting ready to say. I got to have a drink. Hold on. I've heard this shit for years. How life is so unfair. Life is unfair to the person who thinks they're on the right track and doesn't push the envelope. They just, stay on the right track as far as possible. To those motherfuckers, life isn't fair because life isn't something you should play safely. Most men who are on the right track play it safe in the game of life. They could have taken a risk to get where they are, but unless they really feel they should be there, they're going to feel lucky to play. They're going to feel lucky to be where they're at, and they're going to play it safe to stay there. That's why the man who won $3 million will slowly spend it all, if not fuck it all off quickly. And the man who worked up on a few million is going to continue to grind away at the same pace because of the safety in it being proven to work. But the man who makes a few $1 million and view it as only the first step to amassing enormous wealth will not be afraid to invest that money in something he believes will take him to the next step. Because this is his life's destiny. And even if it fails and breaks him, it ain't going to really break him. It may break his pocket, but he knows it can't break his spirit. The other two cases, the money rules them in different ways, but it rules them. If it's a good idea to me, I'm down and dirty, period. This is a quality I hope I never lose. And each of you, I hope you pick it up. Because without this quality, without this very quality, I wouldn't have aggressively pursued the things I have in these past few years. You know, I waited many years since return from the life I led to once again rise to the top with the cream of the crop. I firmly believe, I believed this years ago, that if I was going to achieve what I was after, I needed to really exercise my patience. Now, many years later, after earning my BA and master's degree, I'm being celebrated as one of the best who ever done it, as a real pimp, not a real educated bastard or whatever the fuck I want to be because I'm fucking got a master's. I'm the head of a university. The powers that me wouldn't let me pursue my passion in the school system, so I developed my own school. People always claim to know what's right, and they're gonna, I mean, fuck, they're going much too far with that bullshit because they think they know. When you have a right to religion, whatever it is, does that negate the right for me to not believe in religion? When you decide to be gay, does that eliminate the right for me who don't want to be gay to have anything to do with that goddamn shit? I ain't gotta fuck with that shit if I don't want to. What I'm saying is, one thing does not eliminate another, but that's the way we see it here. I'm saying, I think people who smoke have just as much right to smoke as the motherfuckers who don't. But the laws are getting to be really unfair to the person on the other side of the particular complaint. Of course, if you don't like or agree with something, it doesn't give you the right to oppress or discriminate the person against the person that actually do believe in it. But by the same token, if your religious ass come to my door talking some goddamn religious shit I ain't trying to hear early in the morning, then woke me up, that's my right to talk crazy. And you should get my expression and leave. But you don't. Because it's your right to come to my door and fuck with me and talk about whatever religious point you want to make. And when I start cussing your goddamn ass out, you gonna think I'm rude. Now think about it. What's rude? You waking me up with some religious shit that I ain't trying to hear, and then when I tell you I ain't trying to hear it, you gonna continue trying to explain some shit to me, or me cussing you out for waking me up. Which one of them is rude? It would be a different, or it'd be different if they paid attention to the house is quiet, meaning people are still asleep. And then, the motherfucker left a little leaflet or whatever. I mean, that would be cool. No, they'd rather knock on the door 2 or 3 times and wake you up and begin talking about God loves us. Believe it or not, many people that sleep on Saturday mornings at 8 o'clock in the morning already know God loves them. But when the motherfucker is awakened from a deep sleep, nothing is coherent at that moment, and the fucking person at the door is gonna hear it. Why don't those people know that? They do. And that's my point. My right to sleep in doesn't compare with their right to wake me up. Who's right? You guys got to understand, when you talk about stuff like this, someone or something is right.